bigger things in WCW? Well, 48 hours ago on Nitro, hell froze over. The announcement made official that Eric Bischoff and Vince Powers that be Russo will be taking control of World Championship Wrestling on April the 10th, and WCW is in for a wild ride. We're in Houston, Texas at the Astor Arena. Mike Tenay, Bobby the Brain Heenan with you, and Brain, yes, the wrestling world was turned upside down Monday night with the shocking news that next month, Bischoff and Russo are in charge.
I had to take my phone off the hook. People were calling, everybody's asking questions. How can these two cohabitate? How can these two get along? It's going to be very interesting to see. It's going to be a lot of fun here at WCW.
And we will address those issues during the course of this 2-hour broadcast. We are going to kick things off with two of the top cruiserweights in the world today. This is a return match from last week on this program that saw interference on the part of Paisley, the manager slash valet of the cruiserweight champion, the artist formerly known as Prince Iaukea. That interference, well, it allowed Chavo Guerrero Jr. to score the win, and you know that Candido wants to get that victory back.
Well, of course, it's very important to sustain a victory at WCW. Everybody wants your spot. Everybody wants to stab you in the back. It's so dangerous here. That way you just have to be on top of things.
And Brain, speaking of cruiserweights, how about that debut Monday night for Michael Modest? He stunned everyone by winning a non-title bout over the artist. And in my mind, Michael Modest certainly moved up the rankings in World Championship Wrestling with that non-title win.
You know, Mike, I don't get impressed easy. I've seen a lot of guys come down the pike. This man impresses me. He's going to be a major player very soon.
Hard Knocks, Chris Candido, Chavo Guerrero Jr., and it's an excellent bridge takeover by Candido for the cover and a 2 count before Chavo Jr. kicks out.
This Candido's had a rough life. He's earned everything he's got. That's why they call him Hard Knocks. He didn't get anything handed to him. He earned it.
Do you believe all those stories that he talks about? A 10-on-1 handicap match, and Chavo Jr. just shoved him off, and he went right into referee Charles Robinson. And the referee Robinson went through the ropes and all the way onto the floor. I don't know, I think that Hard Knocks Chris Candido oftentimes seems to embellish those stories.
Look at this!
That's the Cruiserweight champ. The artist formerly known as Prince Iaukea in a slugfest with Candido out on the arena floor. Wait a minute, meanwhile in the ring, that's Michael Modest. Modest having it out with Chavo Jr. These are 4 of the top cruiserweights. The DDT by Chavo Jr. on the float over.
Well, look at Modest, he's still up on his feet. I like this guy.
Modest drops down. Well, this match is Candido versus Chavo Jr. without the referee. We've lost all control. That's the move that Modest used Monday on Nitro to beat the artist, and now that opens things up for Candido. And Hard Knocks goes off the top rope, connects with the diving headbutt, gets 2 and 3. Got the 3 count.
So you tell me what's going on here. Is it 4? Is it a tag match? Is it a battle royal? You got me.
And the artist immediately in the ring. That evens the score, I guess, between Candido and Chavo Jr. Interference for both victories. And now look at Modest go to work on the artist. To the ropes and elevates him with the back body drop. It's just turned into a 4-way slugfest.
There goes Candido.
Back body drop by Chavo Jr. sends Candido as well out to the floor. But this match is over. I don't think anybody told so. Oh, is that incredible? Springing off the top. He hit the plancha, the cross body block on the arena floor. Look at the champ.
He's going after the Prince.
And the artist and Paisley bail out, and now it's Michael Modest and Candido fighting up the aisle. What a wild way to kick off Thunder. And this portion of Thunder, as we take another look at this slow-mo here, Brain. Look at Modest, what an impressive move.
You know, the funny thing is Modest isn't even involved in the match. This man is going to be a big, big star, I'm telling you. And Candido takes advantage of the situation, goes up on top with that flying headbutt right between the eyes of Guerrero, goes into the cover, and he gets the 1, and the 2, and the 3. Your winner, Hard Knocks Candido. Look at that.
That's post-match. Chavo Jr. airborne and connecting on both Candido and Modest. The cruiserweight division remains so competitive. And hello once again, everyone, from ringside. Mike Tenay, Bobby the Brain Heenan, and Brain, we said it earlier. Hell has frozen over, and heaven only knows where WCW is headed. The official word, Eric Bischoff, Vince Russo, they're back in charge of WCW. Well, April the 10th, the new regime takes over.
Well, think of it. There's only one president of this country, only one president of a company, only one president of a club. You never have two presidents. It won't work. Tremendous ideas, a tremendous mind Eric Bischoff has, and a tremendous writer and ideas that Vince Russo has. And I'm telling you, those two together can make history, but I don't think they're going to work. Oil and water.
On tonight's program, Jeff Jarrett versus Booker for the U.S. title. This past Monday, we were in South Padre Island for Nitro. Let's check out the highlights.
We've got a very special treat for you. Spring Breakout 2000.
From the Jersey Shore, DDP.
How you feeling out there, Texas? I am the only star around here, so why don't you choke on that, slap nut?
It's been a Texas tornado match that has been brewing for a month. Sting is going to take it on the outside. Total package in the pool. Wrong place, wrong time for the waiter. It's Salsa.
He's anchors away.
Paul Driver. He beat him in the water.
What about the gigantic bounty of $500,000, Hulk Hogan?
The greater the gladiator is, the more enemies he has.
Look at that. That's the wall.
If you want some, come get some.
He's going to jump slam. Oh, my God.
The wall stood up after the leg drop.
And Piro going at the wall. And now they're taking the wall down.
Oh, my God. The wall went through the table, and he's right back up.
He fears no man. Oh, fans, I can't believe what we have seen.
Dustin, how do you feel about the return of Vince Russo and Eric Bischoff?
Ooh, Bischoff and Russo, two What's that? Speak up, you bag of guts. I can't hear you. What do you mean Bischoff's a... You know who you're talking about? I've worked with both of them. You haven't. You're the one who's a horse's ass. Just get with it. Love it.
Billy, the word is that Eric Bischoff and Vince Russo are back in WCW. How do you feel about that?
Well, I look forward to Vince Russo coming back because he doesn't care about all the politics in wrestling, and he gives everybody an equal opportunity. He likes to elevate the younger talent. As far as Eric Bischoff goes, he did a lot of great things for the company last time around, and I hope he can do it again, but he is noted for being helping the established talent to be politically correct. So I just want to see if the two can work together and get the ratings back on top. I look forward to it.
And welcome back, everyone, to Thunder on the Superstation. We're in Houston, Texas tonight. And last weekend in Tampa, Florida, World Championship Wrestling joined forces with Nick Carter and Brian Luttrell of the Backstreet Boys for a charity basketball game benefiting the Tampa Children's Hospital. It was the NFL's Tampa Bay Bucks versus the Boys. WCW celebrities everywhere, as you see. Coaches Hulk Hogan and Jimmy Hart. 3 Count, Hale, Mark Jindrak. Tony Schiavone was there from the Tampa Bay Bucks. Warren Sapp, Sean King, and Brain. 10,000 fans turned out at the Sundome.
And I hear Jimmy Hart's going to manage the Lakers. Phil Jackson's stepping down.
What?
And I like that group, the Dead End Kids.
It's the Backstreet Boys.
Close enough, Mike.
This is the year 2000.
I know that.
As the Barbarian makes his way to the ring, we want to tell you that the April pay-per-view tradition for World Championship Wrestling, Spring Stampede, will be in Chicago, Illinois at the United Center on April the 16th. Tickets went on sale last Friday, and we understand as Hulk Hogan and Jimmy Hart just blanketed the Windy City. They made major appearances on all the TV, radio stations, a big autograph session as well, over 5,000 tickets sold for Spring Stampede. You know, I just called it the April tradition for WCW, but with the official news that Eric Bischoff and Vince Russo are going to be taking over before Spring Stampede, I'm not sure that tradition really matters very much.
Well, I think you're right about that, but we're going to see a whole new look of professional wrestling like you've never seen before. With these two talented minds working together, like I say, if they can, this will be the biggest shot in the arm our industry has ever seen.
On tonight's program, in addition to the U.S. title bout that we spoke about in our open, with Jeff Jarrett to defend that United States Championship against Booker. You will also see two of the rising stars in our sport go head-to-head and one-on-one, because we will see tonight Vampiro face the Wall, and in my mind, that's about superiority and moving up the ladder here in World Championship Wrestling. The winner of Vampiro versus the Wall is going to take an awfully big step.
And you know how Vampiro likes pain. You know how the man will fight harder if he's wounded, if he's hurt. I hear from the word I get from the back, he's got a bad ankle, he's got a bad knee, refuses any medical aid, refuses to be taped up. He's going to be in the ring, and you know, much as the Wall likes to beat people up, this should be great.
You're right, it's almost as if Vampiro just thrives on that pain, as we see the man who calls himself Mr. WCW Saturday Night. You saw him wear the TV title belt. It's Hacksaw Jim Duggan to face off with the Barbarian. And I don't think we're going to see many top rope, high-risk moves between these two big individuals.
I don't think Duggan could find the top rope. You know, as he came in, did he have that belt on backwards, or was his head turned around?
Well, he had the belt on backwards. It was obvious.
You can never tell.
Straight ahead offense from both of these big men, the Barbarian and Hacksaw Jim Duggan. And Duggan with the reversal into the ropes and connected with the elbow. It rocked the Barbarian as well as that right hand did, but they can't take him down. And he just overpowered him that time with the clothesline.
No doubt about it, Duggan's one big tough man, big hands, real thick man. And you know, he likes to wrestle in his Sunday go-to-meeting clothes.
No, that's the janitor's outfit, and if you'll recall, it was none other than Vince Russo, the man behind the powers that be, that originally put Hacksaw Jim Duggan in that janitor's costume.
Well, he still should be mopping floors and cleaning out latrines. That's all he's good for.
Barbarian on the offensive out on the arena floor. First sends Duggan into the safety rail, then puts the boots through him, not just throttling him, with the blatant chokehold right in front of referee Nick Patrick.
Well, you don't want Duggan to get to his feet. He gets that second wind. He's usually tougher than when he started the match. So you got to be very careful and watch this guy. You've got to keep him grounded.
The biggest story in professional wrestling, the imminent return of Bischoff and Russo to WCW. April 10, they're back, and during tonight's broadcast, we will be hearing from many of the superstars of WCW with their own personal opinions about that imminent return. Now, Duggan under the bottom rope, rights and lefts, opening up, but the Barbarian just stopped him and dropped him with a right hand.
And they stood there toe-to-toe. They didn't back up. How many phone calls did you get when the world heard about Bischoff coming back when Russo?
About 24. And I've been on the road. I haven't even been back home yet. That's all anybody wants to talk about.
Well, I've been home, and I've also been to my office, and everyone wants to know what is happening. It's interesting. I'm excited.
Well, it's an exciting time for World Championship Wrestling because, well, many people consider Eric Bischoff and Vince Russo as being the two most instrumental men in making Monday Night Wrestling a staple. The cable ratings wars on Monday night attributed to both Russo and Bischoff, and April the 10th, they're on the same team. Will they be able to coexist? We'll have to answer that question next month. The bear hug by the Barbarian, and Duggan trying to fight his way out, trying to use everything, including even a headbutt, but the headbutt had no effect at all on Barbarian.
I'll tell you how to get out of that move. You take Barbarian's head and you shove it down those dirty coveralls he has, and I'll tell you something, he'll let go of Duggan.
Duggan always loves the crowd support. They're behind him as he's just gnawing across the bridge of the nose of the Barbarian. And Barbarian able to duck the clothesline, connects with a boot to the midsection. Oh, a double chop to the side of the head.
Missed with that one.
Tried to measure him, tried to drop the elbow. Surprisingly, Duggan able to outquick him that time. And Hacksaw gets to his feet, and now out of the corner mount, just using the long hair of the Barbarian as a handle and driving repeated right hands to the side of the head.
It may not be pretty, but Duggan gets the job done.
Yeah, not pretty, but certainly effective. Scoop and a mid-ring slam.
Holding up 5 fingers. That's his signal. That's my IQ.
No. That means he's going to go out of that 3-point stance. And the Barbarian was ready. Had him well scouted. He got the big boot up and he dropped Duggan.
That's it, but don't waste any time, Barbarian. Get on that, man.
Going to go for the cover. Could we have an upset? Gets 2 in. No, Duggan got the shoulder up.
I think that was a slow count, too, by Nick Patrick.
And the Barbarian would agree with you. Getting right in the face of referee Nick Patrick, questioning the cadence of the count. Barbarian back to the attack. Rights and lefts has Duggan trying to cover up in the corner.
I like this. They're getting warmed up.
Duggan explodes out of the corner, connects with the clothesline.
Oh.
There's the Old Glory knee drop, gets two, and
go.
Got him.
Got him.
He was on the defensive much of this matchup. But when it counted, Hacksaw Jim Duggan able to dig down deep, and the World's TV Champion scores the win here on Thunder over the Barbarian.
Well, he gave him a heck of a fight. They stood toe-to-toe.
It's going to be a great night on Thunder. U.S. title at stake later in this program. Jeff Jarrett to defend against Booker.
How did you feel when you found out that Vince Russo and Eric Bischoff were coming back to WCW?
Well, I think it's great that they're both getting another opportunity to show their true talents, and if they both get along, that they'll be a pretty powerful team, and hopefully get us back on top of the ratings where we should be.
Norman, how do you feel about the return of Eric Bischoff and Vince Russo?
Well, I feel at this moment there's definitely a change needed. Eric Bischoff was the one who originally hired me here, so I feel great about him coming back. And Vince Russo was the person who got behind the Screaming Norman character. So I think together that they can be a great team as long as they pull together. They're both very creative men, and I'm looking forward to working with them. So I'm happy about the change. That's my opinion.
As we mentioned, it's what everybody's talking about. And a quick programming reminder that's directly related to Eric Bischoff and Vince Russo teaming up to take control of WCW. Now that regime officially begins on April the 10th. Next week, Monday's Nitro, Wednesday's Thunder. We will have recap shows tracing the history of Nitro from its inception to the present. And in addition to the recaps, we will have any updates, any late-breaking news that goes down concerning the Eric Bischoff, Vince Russo story. You will not want to miss next week's Nitro or next week's Thunder, because we'll have all the up-to-the-minute news.
Well, I got something to add to that, but let's wait a minute here and see what the Cat's going to do. Watch him get down a little bit. Maybe I do have time here. No, Eric Bischoff was the one that started Nitro. Remember the first Nitro?
Oh, yeah.
Mall of America.
Minnesota.
No one ever thought you'd have a wrestling match at the Mall of America or any place besides an arena. So April 10th, who knows what they'll have in store for all the fans all over the world.
A new era for World Championship Wrestling begins on April the 10th. What's in store for WCW? Who knows? We know it's going to be a wild ride, and you want to be along with us. The Cat and Mr. Jones.
You know, I know how much you people love me here in Texas. But listen, I did not come here to fight. Let me explain. I came here so you good folks here can see me dance.
And he can dance.
Oh,
you people rather see me dance than fight here tonight.
I think they'd like to see both.
I got to be the greatest dancer around. And you people here in Texas know I'm the baddest man in the whole world.
Well, James Brown gave him the seal of approval.
You know I love all my fans, but you know what? They got me up against a Texas guy here, Dustin Rhodes. You know Dustin is from this good state. Dustin, come on out here.
Well, he's right. It is a homecoming of sorts.
I would be calling for Dustin, because Dustin wants to come out here and kick this man's tail all over Texas.
He calls himself the American Nightmare. Yes, he hails from the Lone Star State of Texas. Dustin Rhodes has been involved as of late in an incredible rivalry with Terry Funk. We've talked about it for the past month, that Rhodes-Funk rivalry.
Cut the music! Cut the music! Now listen here, Dustin. Please, people, please be quiet. Now, Dustin, listen here. These fans here in Texas love me just like they love you.
That's debatable.
Me and you are two big stars here. Sit your fat ass down. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. But listen here. I don't want to have to kill your ass here in your own state. So I tell you what, I'm gonna let you fight my bag-up dancer, Mr. Jones. Kill his ass.
Mr. Jones with a swing and a miss with the briefcase as the Cat just turns this match over to Mr. Jones, and that one's lights out. The ropes and a running clothesline by Dustin Rhodes takes Mr. Jones down to the mat.
I'll tell you, Dustin Rhodes knows he's on home soil. I don't think Mr. Jones knows where he's at.
Bulldog headlock out of the corner, drives him face first, dropped him right on the Thunder logo. Look out, Cat up on the ring apron.
Hey! Oh! Hey! I tell you what, you know, I would come in there and eat your ass alive and end your career here. But you know what I'm gonna do? I don't want you to work for your grandmama over in the flea market on the south side. So right now, you need to worry about your nightmare behind you. He's behind. I would not lie to you.
Look out, Dustin.
I would not lie to you. Look behind you, baby. Somebody call your mama because you're about to get killed. Look behind you.
Oh! Speaking of Texans, Terry Funk with a chair, and I think he just gave Texas-sized headaches to both Dustin Rhodes and Mr. Jones.
Terry Funk is not done with Rhodes, believe me. Funks will be they'll never be done with Rhodes, and Rhodes will be never done with the Funks.
Decades-long rivalries has really erupted in the past month or so here in World Championship Wrestling involving Dustin Rhodes and Terry Funk, and Terry Funk is following up his advantage out on the arena floor.
Hey, look, he's taking his time. He's measuring him with every punch.
Okay, all right. Now, let me do what I came to do. Hit my music.
How about the Cat? He escapes unscathed. Nobody touched the Cat. He has Mr. Jones doing his dirty work for him.
That's why he's got 9 lives. That's the Cat. Put the cape on, put the cape on.
An amazing recovery when they put the cape on the Cat.
Tank, the boys in the back have been talking about it all day. How do you feel about the return of Eric Bischoff and Vince Russo?
I think it's good. They both have proven track records, and if they put their minds together, I think only good can come from it.
How did you feel when you found out that Eric Bischoff and Vince Russo were returning to WCW?
I think it's a great thing for the simple reason that Eric Bischoff's the guy who gave me my deal here in WCW. And as far as Russo goes, he knows I can go. So I think it's going to be a thumbs up here for Curt Hennig all the way.
Hey, first of all, I just want to say what's up to all the ladies out there. And for all you people who didn't know, ask the ladies, because we are the hottest thing in professional wrestling, baby. And if you ain't down with the 3, then you just don't count. Now hit our music.
Well, we've got good news and bad news for you tonight on Thunder. The good news is we will see the Wall go one-on-one with Vampiro. The bad news is we're going to have to listen to 3 count again.
I think they have some talent, if you don't mind.
And it just doesn't seem right. They almost seem, pardon the expression, out of sync without their green circles. You remember last week on Thunder when the Young Dragons stole the green circles, their trademark that they perform on every week?
I still think they're that good. They don't need the circles. All they need is their music and all the ladies looking at them. That's what makes these guys dance.
Oh, there is a God. Somebody pulled the plug on 3 count, thankfully, and well, I think things are about to improve. Here comes the gorgeous Miss Hancock.
She is a looker.
You gonna be able to concentrate this week on Thunder? You had your problems last week with Miss Hancock. Hello? Hello? Earth to brain. Earth to brain. Come in, please.
Texas Air.
Look, you boys are not as hot as you think you are. Ladies, would you like to see hot?
Oh, we're looking at hot.
Would you like to see sexy?
You're 2 for 2.
Yeah.
Well, I have two guys that are real studs.
Oh no.
I bring you Latin America's most desirable men, Los Fabulosos.
What? What a letdown! Los Fabulosos. Well, Latin America's most desirable man. I thought we were going to get to see Miss Hancock dance or something. You can't question the in-ring success of Silver King and El Dandy, Los Fabulosos.
The Latin American heartthrob.
Thank you. Couldn't do it without you. Ever since their association with Miss Hancock, I don't think it's any coincidence. Miss Hancock hand-picked Los Fabulosos to be her team. And ever since then, they've been on a roll.
And look at her, she has new outfits for him.
Well, that's right, they went shopping recently, didn't they?
She's 100% behind him, and with her mind, and I say her mind, she'll be able to pull off some great negotiations for this team. Believe me.
Tag team action here on Thunder. It's going to be Los Fabulosos, Silver King, and El Dandy, represented by Miss Hancock, to take on just 2 members of 3 count. It's going to be Shane Helms and Shannon Moore with Evan Courageous at ringside. Wonder if Evan Courageous is going to be able to keep his mind on the match, and it doesn't look like it before the bell has even started. And 2 members of 3 count jumpstart this bout even before the opening bell. Double sunset flip. Barely a 1 count before Helms and Moore kick out. Problems here at ringside involving Miss Hancock and Evan Courageous, who's on the prowl.
Talk about on the prowl, he's making some moves.
Doesn't seem to be having much success, judging by the look on her face. Is she laughing at him? Oh, they just sandwiched him with the double kick. And the cover on Moore before Helms comes in to break it up with the double sledge. Here you take another look at it. Evan Courageous is not having much success. Now to the ropes. Moore, the leap over. Elevated by Silver King. And he caught his own partner. He caught Dandy coming down, and the nice head scissors takeover. Now Shane Helms mounts the top rope. Oh! Airborne and connected with the frog splash. Caught him froggy style that time. Flip somersault move by Shannon Moore.
Over the top rope. Right out in front of us here, Mike.
Look at this. Evan Courageous hasn't even watched a split second of this match. Hasn't been able to take his eyes off Miss Hancock. Look at this. They're setting him up for some outside interference, and Evan Courageous is not there. He just dropped the ball.
He is distracted. He don't even know there's a ring in this building.
Quick roll up.
He got him.
El Dandy pulled it out for the team of Los Fabulosos. And you know what? The distraction worked again, Brain.
Huh?
We're in Houston. Los Fabulosos, Miss Hancock score the victory over Shane Helms and Shannon Moore. And they're pointing the finger of blame at Evan Courageous.
We are where?
I'm not even sure.
Moon over Miami.
Bravo. WCW's been turned upside down with the return of Vince Russo and Eric Bischoff. How do you feel about that?
Well, these guys both have the mind and the know-how to make this thing work, and if they can work together and get along, I mean, we have the talent here to do it. This could be a winning formula, and I'd really like to see it happen.
Ernest, man, let me ask you a question. Ernest.
Yeah.
Hey, man, how do you feel about the return of Eric Bischoff and Vince Russo?
Are they coming back?
That's the word, man.
Is it official?
Yeah.
Well, you know, knowing Eric, you know, he's a winner. He's gonna try to pull this company out of the spot in the position that we're in right now. If Vince Russo is anything like I heard some of the guys say he is, you know, then we should be back on top pretty damn soon. And you know what? That means more TV time for me.
We are back on Thunder from Houston, Texas, and tonight, in addition to Jeff Jarrett's U.S. title defense against Booker, Bobby the Brain, we will see two of the rising young superstars in WCW go one-on-one. It'll be The Wall versus Vampiro, and think of this. You have one man who thrives on pain, speaking of Vampiro, and you have another man who loves nothing more than to dish out pain and punishment in The Wall. It's going to be a great matchup.
Boy, this is a match made in heaven, but we got to be careful, Mike. You know what The Wall likes to do? He likes to take people and throw them through tables. Remember what happened to Crowbar at our announce position? It could happen again. Be very, very careful tonight.
The Mamalukes, the former World Tag Team Champions, and now the manager of champions, the Disco Inferno, has grabbed the microphone away from our ring announcer, David Penzer. Been a little friction in the camp of the Mamalukes as of late.
Ah, they're just spirited.
Can I have your attention, please?
You've got it.
I am the Disco Inferno. I am Big Money. I am the hardest act to follow. And I am the manager of the future Tag Team Champions of the world.
And he's humble, too.
Because tonight, guys, have I got news for you. Your match later against Harlem Heat. I have done some work on the contract, and the winner of this match is going to be the #1 contender for the tag team titles. So that means when we beat Harlem Heat tonight, the Pisons are going to get a shot at those stupid bald Harris brothers. Now, what do you think about that, Vito? Look, I know you're excited. I know you guys are excited about this big news. Johnny the Bull, tell the people what you're going to do to the Harlem Heat and the Harris brothers.
Vito, I should break his thumbs right now.
Oh, hold on. I know you want to break thumbs, but let's concentrate on breaking Harlem Heat's thumbs, and let's concentrate on breaking the Harris brothers' thumbs. Now, you guys got to stay focused if we're going to make this happen, because the belts are going to come back around the Pisons' waist. And thank you for your loyal support of the Disco Inferno and the Pisons. Thank you very much.
Yeah, the world is firmly behind you, firmly in support.
Where do you think you're going?
First off, I want to start this out by saying, hey, Penzer, we ain't Mamalukes, we're Pisons. Hey, people, what are we? What are we? What are we? You got it? Now, you've been tricking us, you've been bullcrapping us. Well, let's get down to the point, okay? We're gonna get our shot at the titles. No thanks to you. You're not doing anything for us, so we got a little surprise for you. Until you learn how to manage us, we're gonna manage you.
Oh, I love it. I love surprises.
I'm a manager, I'm not a wrestler, you know this.
Yeah, he's proven that for years.
So people, for your listening and viewing pleasure, I know Italian style, we booked you with a match tonight. A tough, rugged guy named Tank Abbott!
Oh my goodness! Oh yeah, I love it! Tank Abbott against the Disco Inferno! Uh-oh, you ever seen anybody put on the brakes so quickly?
I just saw the color in his face change. He is white.
The
like
man
rice.
From the Ultimate Fight, Tank Abbott, striding to the ring with purpose. Disco backtracking.
Disco offer him some money.
Mamalukes just love this. They just fainted.
This is disappointing, very disappointing.
What do you mean disappointing?
I want to see Abbott knock him out.
I know you want to fight. That's why we got you here. Hey. I don't know nothing.
He just lifted
Let's
up his
get
head.
out of here.
Disco was faking that all along. And they're gonna leave the Disco Inferno with Tank Abbott, who just scooped and slammed Disco.
Well, you talk about tough love, you got it here.
Oh, this is gonna be awesome. Where does Tank want to put him?
Wherever he wants.
You're right. Anywhere he pleases. Oh. just pulls him into the corner. Disco trying to fight his way out. Those blows to the back not having much effect, but that right hand to the midsection connected. An overhand right, rock Disco. Out of the corner.
Abbott wants to fight.
He just took his shoe right off, and he just knocked him out with the most devastating right hand in wrestling.
Well, he nailed him. There's no doubt about that. There's your winner.
Are you disappointed now?
No, I like it. Wow.
Ron, how did you feel when you heard that Vince Russo and Eric Bischoff were returning to WCW?
Well, I think it's great for two reasons. You're going to take a 1975 booking style and move it up to the year 2000, which is what WCW needs to be if they're going to compete. And the second reason, you're finally going to bring someone back into the office that has a little backbone and get things done.
How do you feel about the return of Vince Russo and Eric Bischoff?
With respect to Vince Russo, he was the person that got me into wrestling after being out for 2.5 years. So I will forever and always be thankful to Mr. Russo. With respect to Eric Bischoff, I don't know the man. I can't say good or bad about him. I can only say that, you know, hopefully, as the old adage goes, two heads are better than one. I hope they can come together, turn things around for WCW. I look forward to it.
Some interesting comments from the mind behind Harlem Heat 2000, Jay Biggs. Brain, we're talking about the imminent return to WCW of Eric Bischoff and Vince Russo, but it'll be the first time that Bischoff and Russo have ever been together in this kind of a creative aspect. The date that they return, Monday, April the 10th, when World Championship Wrestling brings Monday Nitro to the Pepsi Center in Denver, Colorado, and what a month of April it's going to be, because we'll follow that up on April the 17th. Nitro in Rockford, Illinois, at the Rockford Metro Center, and April the 24th, we're at the Blue Cross Arena in Rochester, New York. It's going to be an amazing April. Who knows what's in store for World Championship Wrestling? Who knows what's in store for the New World Order? Here's the U.S. champ, Jeff Jarrett, with the NWO Girls.
The chosen one. Well, you're right. It's going to get exciting. Because you know the ideas that Eric Bischoff has. You know how creative this man is and talented and what he does. And we all know the track record of Vince Russo. Put those two together, it'll be wrestling like you've never seen it before.
The chosen one, Jeff Jarrett, the United States Heavyweight Champion, with his trademark guitar in hand, accompanied by the beautiful NWO Girls, Kim Canner, Madeja, and Tylene Buck.
Figures today. Got three beautiful women in the ring. You look at the guitar.
What are you talking about? I was just describing the NWO Girls. I just named the three of them. Just trying to paint an overall picture.
But you said it was the guitar first.
Well, ladies, it looks like tonight you're going to make the cut. You make the grade. You ladies get to stay out here tonight and watch the chosen one do his stuff.
I like that. For once, I agree with you.
Because I would rather look at a dog's ass than have to look at some of the ladies I've seen out in the audience tonight.
He is picky.
I'm making friends in Houston.
So girls, grab you a chair and watch the chosen one defend his title once again.
What a chance, what an opportunity this is going to be for Booker. He's proven in the past. Remember back to last year, Brain, when
ladies and gentlemen, the challenger,
Stevie Ray, was sidelined with an injury. Booker proved to everyone at that time that not only could he compete in singles competition, he could succeed as well. Multi-time title holder, and a chance here for Booker to take a giant step, because a victory over Jarrett would give him the United States Heavyweight title. And you know that the executive committee considers that U.S. title a stepping stone to the World Heavyweight Championship belt currently held by Sid Vicious.
Well, you know, a lot of people may think that Booker without his partner is lost. But like you said, For a while, he went on his own by himself and did very, very well. Don't cut this man short. He can be with you all night.
Booker, obviously originally from Harlem, but has the home ring advantage. He's been making his home in Houston for the past several years, and he certainly has the support of the fans here at the Astro Arena in his attempt to wrest the United States Heavyweight Championship belt from Jeff Jarrett.
Well, Jarrett's a smart man.
Oh, no denying that.
You're right about that. He gets you in predicaments you get yourself into, but he really doesn't. But you think you did it. That's how smart this guy is.
Many people think that the NWO troops have really fortified themselves. We see the roll-up by Booker.
No.
A quick 2 count here in the early going. Not only is it Jeff Jarrett, the United States champ, but the World Tag Team Champions, the Harris Brothers, as well as Big Papa Pump, Scott Steiner, the NWO really making a name.
Something's happening.
There's a Harris Brothers. We just talked about him. Big Ron and Heavy D. They pulled down the top rope. Booker tumbling over the top rope out to the floor. Now they're going to double team. Oh! God, they dropped him thrown first right across the safety rail. No give at all to that steel.
And the good part is, Jeff Jarrett has kept the referee distracted the whole time. That shows you how smart this man is.
Gonna go for the cover here. Referee Robinson, the 2 count in. Booker digs down deep and kicks out.
He's gonna have to do a lot of digging, because it's 3 against 1 right now. And if you want to count the ladies, it's 6 against 1, or maybe 12.
Well, you have to count the ladies because they're so beautiful. They're a distraction at ringside for anybody. Wow. Back elbow on target. 1, 2, kick out by Booker. Look, check the expression on the face of Jarrett. He was shocked that Booker was able to kick out.
But he's been in control.
And back to the advantage. Goes airborne, does Jarrett. Not able to connect. Booker able to get out of the way. And the Harris Brothers again interfere.
And once again, the referee is distracted. Does not see what goes on. Hey, if he don't have eyes in the back of his head, that's his fault.
Jarrett crawling on hands and knees. Comes up with the boots. Putting the boots to Booker. Outnumbered in this situation. The NWO girls, the distraction, the Harris Brothers, the constant interference. Nobody can win against these kind of odds.
No, you're right about that. There's just too many of them. And that's the way they like it. That's the way they operate. That's why they're successful, Mike.
Sleeper hold applied by Jarrett. Trying to wear down Booker. He's got him down to 1 knee. Referee Robinson checks for the choke. He says it's not a choke. Sleeper hold properly applied. This Medeja up on the ring apron. We don't normally see the NWO girls get that involved.
I think she's trying to get a better look.
Oh, is that what it is?
Booker's trying to turn it.
To his feet, does so. Sends him off into the ropes. Into that corner. Look at the series of right hands from Booker. They were on target. Jarrett to the corner, turnbuckle. Smart move by Jarrett, or was it?
This isn't going to feel good.
Brain, I think it's time to make a wish.
Start crawling the other way. That's right, that's what I'd do. You can.
The sudden stop certainly affecting Jarrett. Booker to the top, missile drop kick off the top. Jarrett, I don't know if he was wise or if he was lucky, but he rolled out to the floor. He's got the U.S. title. The Harris Brothers up on the apron again to interfere behind the back of referee Robinson. Oh, damn the NWO. Damn you, Jarrett. Title belt to the head. 1, 2, you just...
No!
He did it! He got the arm up, he got the shoulder up.
Take it easy tonight. You act like you got money on this. Who cares about Booker? There's the chosen one. There's the man with talent. There's the man you should be backing, Jarrett.
You have to appreciate this never say die attitude of Booker. Figure 4 leg lock attempt. Booker kicks him off, but he went right into the referee. He's got the guitar now.
Time to tune his guitar.
Booker wobbly. He stopped him. Gets 1, gets 2.
No.
They did it again. Again, Booker on the verge of victory. The interference on the part of the Harris Brothers, pulling referee Robinson out. He calls for them to look out. I thought they were going to H-bomb him. He avoided the H-bomb.
Booker's not done yet.
He connected with a double drop kick.
Booker is not done yet.
It's going to be a disqualification. The constant interference of the Harris brothers causes the referee to disqualify Jeff Jarrett. But the chosen one, guitar in hand, Jeff Jarrett remains the U.S. champ.
And he should.
Stacey, tell me how you feel about the return of Vince Russo and Eric Bischoff.
Well, I really never had the opportunity to work with Eric Bischoff, so I really can't comment on that. But I had the chance to work with Vince Russo for a few weeks, and I really enjoyed his ideas that he came up with and things like that. So I think it'll be a good change for the company, and I just hope that everything works out for the best.
How do you feel about the return of Eric Bischoff and Vince Russo?
Well, Bischoff thinks because I'm over 40 years old and been wrestling for over 20 years that I'm burnt out. And Russo thinks all I'm good for is being the janitor of the WCW. But that doesn't bother me because I've worked hard my whole life. But if those guys could put aside their personal prejudice and go out into the arena and hear everybody chanting USA, USA, and every time Hacksaw Jim Duggan walks down to the ring, everybody in the place standing up and going, ho, that'd be good for the WCW, that'd be good for Hacksaw Jim Duggan. If they could just put away their own personal prejudice.
Speculation galore from everyone associated with World Championship Wrestling.
Never seen this much talk, have you?
Never.
Never.
That shows you what this story is as big as they come in professional wrestling.
And here come some people as big as they come, too.
Led to the ring by Jay Biggs. The tag team of Harlem Heat, Stevie Ray and Big T. Is Cash there? Yes, sure he is. He's there. Tonight, the self-proclaimed manager of champions, and as you can see, the Disco Inferno, conspicuous by his absence as Big Vito and Johnny the Bull, the Mamalukes, make their way to the ring. Disco talked about this being a #1 contenders match to the World Tag Team title belts.
It's Paisan!
These guys are intimidators. Right in the face of Dave Penzer. I don't know, Disco talked about this being a #1 contenders match, but I'm not really sure. When you hear Disco talk, did he really go to the executive committee? Or was he just trying to save his hide because the Mamalukes were right in his face?
Well, until you see the contract with their John Henry's on it, you don't really know. But would you really call Disco a liar?
You ever looked up the word liar in the dictionary?
Yes.
Yeah, there's two pictures. One of them, well, looks a lot like you, as a matter of fact. And the other one is the Disco Inferno.
I'll take that as a personal insult. I am not a liar.
They lock it up. Big Vito, Big Stevie Ray, and Stevie Ray with the size and strength advantage just bulls Big Vito into the corner. Big Vito comes out, series of knees to the midsection and a clubbing blow to the back. Which rare that you see Big Vito dominated like this by anyone. Look at the size of Harlem Heat 2000 with Big T on the ring apron at 350 pounds. Stevie Ray in the ring at 300 pounds. And that Big Cash at ringside with Jay Biggs, he goes 400 pounds. That's over 1,000 pounds of Harlem Heat. And Big Vito with a comeback. Scoop and a slam.
A lot of heat.
Double chop. As Stevie Ray reeling and turns things over to Johnny the Bull. Nice double teamwork, putting the boots to Stevie Ray. Mamalukes have one thing in mind only, that's regaining the gold. The World Tag Team title belts currently residing with the New World Order with the Harris brothers. Mamalukes want to get that gold back. Springing off the top. Oh, and Stevie Ray just fly swatted him away.
What a move.
Springboard attempt by Johnny the Bull did not connect, but that sidekick from Stevie Ray certainly did connect, and he turns things over.
Disco should be out here. Disco should be out here with the team.
Think he's in any shape to come out here, the Disco Inferno, after that big punch from Tank Abbott?
Well, he's out, but he's not here. Probably still out. Big T is a big, big man. Mean character.
Slow, methodical, yet oh so effective. Drives drives him down to the mat. Does Big T with the spine buster.
Did he nail him? Paisans had their opportunity. When they had Stevie Ray down, they should have rolled him over to the corner, kept him in the corner. They allowed him to make that tag to Big T, and it don't look good.
Well, if anybody knows about tag team strategy, it has to be you, Bobby the Brain King. In all the years that you managed so many of the great tag teams, and you're right, they did not cut off the ring. They did not bring Stevie Ray to their side of the ring, to their corner, where they could use double team tactics.
Well, it's a different style now than when I managed. And it's going to be a different style of wrestling April 10th, believe me. And I'll tell you, it's going to be a different style tonight when you see the Wall and that oddball, that freak, Vampiro.
Vampiro, who thrives on pain, the Wall, who loves to dish it out. Many people calling the Wall and Vampiro the future of World Championship Wrestling. Who takes the big step tonight? Oh, from behind, Stevie Ray just clocked Big Vito. Referee Nick Patrick momentarily here has lost control. Harlem Heat 2000 with the double team on Johnny the Bull. Now they send him out to the arena floor.
Harlem Heat is really manhandling the Paisans. Usually they're in control. They're doing all that jaw and all that talk. Look at this.
400 pounds of cash with a oh! And then drives Johnny the Bull back first.
Somebody call the meat wagon.
Directly into that steel ring post. What's Jay Biggs doing over there?
What size do you think his arms are? 50? Look at the size of the arms and the chest and the back on that man.
He's huge.
You could run movies on his back in an outdoor theater.
Now that's big.
A twin screen.
A multi-cinema. In the ring. Big Vito. Big T and Harlem Heat just too strong with the double team, and now look at this, just cash comes right into the ring. Nick Patrick says enough is enough and calls for the bell. Jay Biggs looking on. Jay Biggs.
Did he slapjack him, Mike?
If he did, it was out of my view.
Out of mine too. I hear the people behind me yelling, but I just can only call what I see in my monitor with my horizontal visual.
Nick Patrick is throwing this out, a disqualification.
What happened, Nick? What happened?
Vampiro, how do you feel about the return of Eric Bischoff and Vince Russo?
You know, a little while ago, somebody asked me a question, and I answered it that I was really proud to be working for the greatest company in the world. And when I originally left Mexico and came to the United States, I came to work for Eric Bischoff because I seen what he did for WCW and pro wrestling in general. And if you look at what happened in the last 5 or 6, 7 years, Vince Russo, Eric Bischoff, and now with the inclusion also of Terry Taylor and Ed Ferraro, that group of 4 people, I think that WCW finally has a good, strong 4 people who are going to be great leaders, and we definitely got the talent now, and I think it's going to be nothing but a good thing. And it's about time, and we're all ready to go on this, and everybody's really excited about the whole thing.
Shannon.
Hold on.
How did you feel when you found out that Vince Russo and Eric Bischoff were coming back to WCW?
The return of Eric Bischoff, I think it's going to be a major plus. You know, Eric Bischoff, he's the one that gave me my chance here in WCW. So, you know, as far as Vince Russo goes, he's done brought the ratings up once before, so all I can do is benefit WCW. I think it's going to bring WCW back.
Oh yeah, everybody's got an opinion about the return of Eric Bischoff joining forces with Vince Russo to take over creative control of WCW on April the 10th.
And you know, everybody's very positive. You notice that? They think it's going to be good. And I'm telling you, Mike, as long as I've been in this business, if they can work together, it'll be the greatest thing you've ever seen in our industry.
Billy Kidman is going to have his work cut out for him because in one-on-one competition tonight on Thunder, he will be facing Big Ron Harris, one half of the Harris twins, the Harris brothers, one half of the World Tag Team Champions, and we see Heavy D wearing that bogus sling around his arm.
Mike, you don't know because you've never been in that ring.
What?
And you've never been in that ring with the tights on. But I'm going to tell you something right now. You know how much courage it takes to walk out there, wounded like that man is, in horrendous pain, and to still climb those steps and get up into the ring? That's courage. That shows you a man with guts. That's one of the Harris men right there.
Yeah, that also shows me that you didn't see what went down Monday on Nitro. We saw Heavy D supposedly with his arm in a sling. They pulled the switcheroo. He's not injured.
Mike, are you a doctor?
You're buying,
Show me your shingle.
You're buying into this NWO mentality.
Hey, he doesn't think you're hurt.
What are you doing?
Gold bricking.
What? What are you trying to
He
stir
doesn't
things
think
up
you're
for?
hurt. He thinks you're gold bricking. Hey, I'm a broadcast journalist. I got to get to the bottom of things.
You're a stooge. You just ratted me out.
Stooge?
That's exactly right.
You rat yourself out by opening your mouth.
Oh, big Ron Harris. You see the physical size, power advantage that he has over Billy Kidman. And here in the early going, looking to use that advantage to his best effort. And Kidman's going to have to use moves just like that. He's going to have to strike quickly. Hit and run. The drop kick connected.
He's just such a big man. There's not much you can do with him.
Kidman slides. Oh! He slid through to avoid the first move, then walked right into the big boot.
And you know how they take their time with everything they do? They're just setting you up. They're just measuring you.
Repeated shoulder blocks in the corner by Big Ron Harris.
The world's tag team champions.
Oh! Fires Billy Kidman across the ring. And with authority, Kidman went shoulder first into that top turnbuckle.
I don't think Kidman's going to recover from this one.
Gonna take him again. Oh, back first that time.
Stay on him.
Big Ron Harris in total control. Kidman to the ropes again. He snapped off that head scissors.
But he can't keep Harris down. He's just too big a man. He's just too much.
Right hands to the side of the head, boot to the midsection. But you're right. Just, oh! Well, I guess he used his good hand, didn't he?
Well, he didn't use his bad hand.
Yeah. Heavy D pulling down the top ring rope as Big Ron Harris sent Kidman into the ropes, and Kidman goes flying over the top. I guess there's nothing wrong with his foot as he puts the boots to him. Oh, God! Chest first right into the safety rail.
You know, maybe that's just therapy to the arm. Moving it, getting the emotion going, you know, up and down, back and forth. It might help him to take that arm out of the sling. And I'm not a doctor, I can't talk, but it makes sense to me.
Yeah, that's obvious you're not a doctor. You're just blinded by the NWO. Scoop and a slam by Big Ron Harris, and again, the Harris brothers, as we've seen repeatedly. We saw it earlier tonight in the matchup with Booker against Jeff Jarrett for the United States title. They bailed the Chosen One out earlier, and now they continue to use double team tactics here in this matchup on Kidman, where he already has the physical advantage.
So what? Beat him up as much as you can, as often as you can. Kidman's a big man. He knows what to expect in that ring.
Oh, still life left in Kidman. Got the boot up. Connects with the drop kick out of the corner. Going to spring off the top. Drives in face first to the mat.
Kidman's going upstairs.
Kidman showing great determination. Shoulder block off the top. 1, 2, and only 2 from referee Mickey J. Kidman to his feet. Standing drop kick connected. Big Ron Harris out to the arena floor. Heavy D. Oh, what happened here? Oh, behind the back of the referee. And then run up right in front of him. What's wrong with his arm now, Brain?
It's a miracle. He's healed. He's well.
Oh, not again. Kidman up. Oh, Kidman down with the H-bomb. And the NWO strikes again in the form of the Harris brothers. That sling is bogus. The World Tag Team Champions, the Harris brothers.
How did you feel when you heard that Vince Russo and Eric Bischoff were returning to WCW?
Well, I think Russo, I was happy, I guess. Russo has proven his creativity over and over. And Bischoff was the guy who initially hired me, so, I mean, my dealings with them has always been great. So, I mean, I think it's a plus and a positive in a situation where we could bring WCW back to a premier organization again.
Johnny.
Yeah, what's up?
How did you feel when you heard about Eric Bischoff and Vince Russo returning to WCW?
Well, I thought that Eric Bischoff did a wonderful job when he was here. I think he got a little burned out, though, and it was good that he left. And Vince Russo already proved his point before he left, so I think it's going to be really good for WCW.
How will the return of Eric Bischoff, combined with Vince Russo, effective careers of everyone in World Championship Wrestling. There's only one way to find out. April the 10th, Nitro in Denver. That's D-Day for WCW.
Well, you know, Mike, you saw how it affects the announcers, the referees, everybody. The wrestlers, the managers, everybody in the office, in production. It affects everything. It affects everything.
WCW Hardcore Championship on the line. Look at this, the dog being led to the ring on the chain, on the leash by referee Billy Silverman.
Remember the last time we saw the dog, he was abandoned.
That's right, because this man, Brian Knobbs, was so upset. This man was so upset, Brian Knobbs, that the dog lost to the cat last week here on Thunder. You remember the dog versus the cat, don't you, Brian?
Yes, and then Knobbs took him for a ride, dumped him on some lonely road someplace.
He abandoned him.
Heavens knows what he did in the back seat of that car before he threw him out.
You don't think he left his mark, do you?
All over the place. And look out, Mike.
Brian Knobbs throwing everything out of the dumpster into the ring. Got a fire extinguisher.
Why not?
Look at that mop handles.
You know what, let me tell you something.
He's got anything that's not been nailed down in the back, obviously.
Well, you're not aware. That's just not a cart he's pushing out here. That's Knobbs' luggage. That's how he packs. That's how he travels. Oh! Good evening.
That's a wake-up call from the dog for Brian Knobbs, using the trash can lid to the top of the head. Of course, the hardcore title at stake. And yes, anything and everything goes.
Oh, he's got that fire extinguisher, Mike.
God. He's got the fire extinguisher directly at the dog. And it went right through to the broadcast table. He's got a crutch, and he just broke the wooden crutch over the back of the dog.
Wow.
Brian Knobbs out to prove that he is the true hardcore champion. Oh. Just broke that mop handle over the back of the dog. Now what does he have?
It's like a paint roller where you put the paint tray.
That's exactly what it is.
There's a crutch. I'm telling you, Knobbs travels light.
Batter up. We're on the verge of Major League Baseball, and it looks like it's batting practice time for Brian Knobbs with the dog.
Move over, McGuire.
Oh! No. Look at the dent in the trash can.
The dent in the dog.
Now Knobbs is going to send him. Oh! Airborne shoulder first into the steel. Not even going to wait for him to get up. He just crowned him with the can.
I'll tell you, if the dog knew he was going to take a beating like this, he'd have been house trained a long time ago.
Knobbs tosses the steel chair into the ring.
You don't have enough in there, right?
Yeah, right. Got to bring out his trusty table.
His good luck table.
Whatever works. He's the hardcore champion.
Look at the debris. Look at the garbage. Look at the mess in there. It's like Knobbs' room. Like his home.
Even before the dog went to Knobbs' locker room last week and tore it apart.
I think he was straightening it up.
Knobbs sends the dog back into the ring. Hello.
Wow, wow.
What's he going to do at the table?
I love to watch Knobbs. I love to watch Knobbs as a hardcore champion. He comes up with more things. He finds more. A fire extinguisher.
Well, he's got the table set up in the corner.
Look, he's telling people.
Oh, that's Pity City.
That's cruel and unusual. That's what it is.
Punishment to animals?
Where's Bob Barker when you need him?
Oh! Knobbs came running out of the corner, steel chair in hand. The dog got his feet up.
Just hoping he'll lift the back leg.
In the corner. Now the dog with an opportunity to turn things around, to win the hardcore title. He just sandwiched Knobbs in the corner. He's not going for any kind of a pin, obviously.
Biting him.
Somebody check this guy for rabies shots?
Well, you're going to have to check the dog now. If you bite knobs, you got to catch them. He's frothing. Oh! He's frothing.
And Knobs stops the offensive onslaught of the dog and then sends him face first into the table and steel chair to the back. What's left?
His best bet right now is to run outside and get hit by a car.
Oh, good. One trash can without a dent left. And Brian Knobs up to the middle rope.
Barely.
Trash can in hand. What goes up? Oh, must come down across the chest of the dog. Brian Knobs still hardcore champ.
I think Knobs is frothing.
Buff, how do you feel about the return of Eric Bischoff and Vince Russo?
First of all, you got to realize that Buff Daddy's been through 10 years of bosses and rules and regulations, and Eric Bischoff was only the first guy to ever take WCW to the level it needed to be. Now you got Vince Russo and Eric Bischoff together. For years and years here, it's always been the young guys get pushed down and the older guys get pushed to the top. And when Eric comes back, it's going to be the young guys going to the top and the older guys going down. And I'll show you finally, I'm Buff and I'm the stuff.
Brian, how did you feel when you heard that Vince Russo and Eric Bischoff were coming back to WCW?
Well, if it's gonna make me more money, fantastic. Why don't you come back and ask me in 3 or 4 weeks and I'll let you know.
A quick programming reminder. Next week, Monday's Nitro, Wednesday's Thunder will be recap shows tracing the history of Nitro from its inception to the present. And in addition to the recap, we will have any updates, any late-breaking news on the Eric Bischoff, Vince Russo story. You do not want to miss Nitro or Thunder next week.
And you know, looking back, you're going to see a lot of great action. And you might see some things you didn't remember, or you forgot, or you might see some things happen that none of us know about. New stuff.
You make a great point about that, Brain. You know, we just heard from Brian Knobs, his feelings about Bischoff and Russo. Check this out. At the conclusion of this matchup involving Buck Bagwell and La Parka, we will hear what the Nature Boy Ric Flair has to say about Bischoff and Russo.
Republican X-rated.
The April pay-per-view tradition for World Championship Wrestling is Spring Stampede. It's April the 16th in Chicago, Illinois at the United Center. Tickets went on sale last Friday. Over 5,000 tickets were sold on opening day. You don't want to miss out on Spring Stampede. April 16th, that's just 6 days after the return of Bischoff and Russo to WCW. What an unpredictable pay-per-view that Spring Stampede could be.
And it will be their first pay-per-view working together. So who knows what we're going to see in Chicago?
Oh, it's going to be history-making. You don't want to miss it.
The town may be on fire again.
We told you about the upcoming Nitros. Thunders as well. April the 11th, the day after the return of Bischoff and Russo. Thunder in Colorado Springs, Colorado at the World Arena. La Parka with a microphone again?
What's up? Skull Captain in his house. You see the chant, you know the deal. You don't need the 411 when you got the 1414. One for me and one for my homies.
It's not
I ain't done talking yet.
I told you it wasn't La Parka.
Hey, pretty boy. That's right. I'm talking to you, Lumpy. You want to throw down with the chairman?
Look at that.
I'm gonna knock that stupid George Clooney haircut right off the top of your greasy head, and then I'm gonna kick your jacked up ass.
You know, this guy's getting La Parka into trouble at every turn.
So what?
He's not really doing this. He's sorry about it. All it does is get under the skin of La Parka's opponents.
You know, I think La Parka is trying to set Buff up. I think this man can throw his voice. I think he's just that good. He's a ventriloquist. You know what a Mexican ventriloquist is called in Mexico?
No, what?
I don't know. I never been there.
Not much of a payoff there.
Not much of a payoff in Mexico, any place.
I've heard that.
I've been a lot of places where you can get a lot of good payoffs.
It looks like they've worked out their differences. Whoa! You know what? You might be right.
I told you. And I'm not the kind of guy to say I told you so, but if I was the kind of guy to say I told you so, I'd tell you right now I told you so. And I'm not that kind of a guy to say I told you so. You want to say it, Mike, you go say it, but I'm not going to say it.
All I'm going to say is for once, you might be right. La Parka into the corner. Oh, Bagwell able to move out of the way. Whoa! La Parka just elevated Bagwell. He went face first into the top turnbuckle. Oh, but he ran right into the boot. Oh! Bagwell sprinting out of the corner, and he was just leveled with that clothesline. You always have to think about the neck injury that Buff Bagwell suffered over a year ago, and when you see him go down like that with that kind of an impact, still able to get to his feet. The back body drop. And that clothesline was on target.
Well, Bagwell looks better than he ever has, in my opinion.
Boot to the midsection, springs off the ropes. Spinning neck breaker by Buff. Yeah, he's the stuff.
I like that outfit on La Parka.
Remember, yet to come this evening on Thunder. Oh, that was a low blow. You'll see the Wall versus Vampiro. One thrives on pain, one thrives on dishing out pain and punishment. Who takes the next step? The future of World Championship Wrestling. Will it be the Wall to take that big step? Or will it be the man that's been on an incredible roll as of late? Speaking about Vampiro.
Well, they're both going to be happy because Vampiro's going to get the tail kicking of his life and the Wall's going to do it to him. So they're both going to enjoy themselves.
Oh. Open hand slap to the chest of Bagwell. To the ropes. Ducks the clothesline. Caught him with the knee to the midsection. Double arm DDT. Spiked him. Dropped him on his head.
You know, now that Bischoff is back, and now that Russo's back, think of this. The Wall may try to impress them. You know what he might do? He may take his opponent tonight, Vampiro, and take him up in the balcony and drive him right.
Don't even say that.
That could happen,
roll
Mike.
Up 2 and La Parka kicks out. Don't even, after what we saw, to Bam Bam Bigelow, to Crowbar, to David Flair as La Parka connects with the Enziguri. The cover, hook of the leg, gets 2 in, Bagwell kicks out. Don't even mention that.
Think about it, though. What if he takes that freak up in the rafters? Takes him up on the roof. He could do it. He's big enough, tough enough.
And if he does, then the Wall's the one that takes the next step. Look at that, double spring!
Oh.
Gets 1, got 2 in. Bagwell, he was able to kick out.
I don't know how he did.
What velocity. La Parka came springing off the top rope, crashing down onto Bagwell.
It's like he speared him. He's going to try it again.
Bagwell slow to recover. Twisting moonsault, that time nobody home. Bagwell, look at him trying to clear the cobwebs.
I was just going to say that. We think alike, Mike. You're going to make it.
Block and a right hand. Thanks for the vote of confidence. Just what I need at this point. Going to try and send him across. Now the reversal by La Parka. Back elbow turned him inside out.
That's the stuff, all right.
Could it be blockbuster time? The fans think so. They're on their feet in Houston. Buff just measuring him. Oh. There's the Buff blockbuster out of the corner. 2 and 3.
So much for the world's biggest bumblebee.
Buff Daddy, celebration time. Very competitive matchup against La Parka.
Rick, how did you feel when you heard that Eric Bischoff and Vince Russo were returning to WCW?
Oh, I was overwhelmed. You know, I was overwhelmed. But the bottom line is, I couldn't possibly tell you how I feel about those two coming back in 10 seconds. So you two, give me 10 minutes on Nitro in 2 weeks, and I'll get your number talking about both of you. Woo! How about that? Call my lawyers.
Welcome back, everyone, to Thunder on the Superstation TBS. main event matchup time here on Thunder. A bout that we've been anticipating, Brain, a lot of us for, well, several months. The future of World Championship Wrestling. Who will take WCW into the year 2000 and beyond? Will it be this man, Vampiro, who certainly Monday on Nitro seemed to be firmly aligned with Hulk Hogan in a matchup that Hogan had, that $500,000 bounty against the Wall. Vampiro was there to back up Hogan at every turn.
Well, you tell Vampiro when you see him, Tenay. And a lot of people have been in the corner for Hogan. A lot of people have been there for Hogan. But Hogan has done one thing. He has stabbed them all in the back.
And here comes the monster. The man who has been taking apart, dismantling WCW piece by piece. The Wall hits the ring. He tossed a steel chair in, and Vampiro immediately goes to the offense with right hand. Oh, look at the velocity that he sent him in, and then he caught him. Turn around spin kick by Vampiro to the chest. Oh, chair to the face. And the Wall gonna try and regroup out to the floor. Vampiro turns up the heat. Oh, jumping off the top and connecting with the Wall.
I'll tell you, Vampiro's made it. He's here to stay in WCW. No question about that. He'll take it right to you all night long. And the more you pound on him, the more he likes it.
Remember, you talked earlier about that sprained ankle. Some even say it's a broken ankle that Vampiro has. It's not going to keep him from battling with the Wall because, as we all know, the Freak loves pain. Corner to corner, and he just walked right into the big boot.
And the Wall loves dishing it out.
Turned him inside out, did the Wall.
Give him a double order.
Caught him with the lariat, and then puts the boot to the head of Vampiro. This big monster, 6'5", 300. Oh! I thought he was going to powerbomb him, and instead he just propelled him overhead, stomach first across that top steel cable.
Well, when you got that kind of power and that kind of strength, you can take a human being just about anywhere you want to.
We're talking about the future of World Championship Wrestling. Eric Bischoff, Vince Russo taking over on April the 10th. You know, the consensus opinion has been that Eric Bischoff built Nitro on the established stars. Vince Russo looking to build on, well, maybe people looking for a chance. The future talent. It's a different approach between the two. Both of these men are the future, however, and Vampiro digs down deep, and he just lifted the huge Wall overhead with the back suplex.
Well, like you said, Mike, it's a different look. And believe me, April 10th starts a different look here at WCW. In 35 years, I've been in this industry. I've seen a lot of changes. But the Rumble that's going around right now, this is going to be huge. This is going to be the biggest thing ever for our industry.
What a punch by the Wall, using the steel chair as well, and he just knocked out Vampiro. Vampiro slowly gets, wait a minute. Oh no.
A table, you know what that means.
You talked about it. You talked about the bodies that the Wall has left. Remember when on Monday on Nitro, when the table was set up, Vampiro came to the ring. Vampiro and Hogan both sent the Wall crashing through the table, but it had no effect at all. The steel chair to the head from Vampiro, and down goes the Wall again through the table. Referee Mickey J calls for the bell. I think he's thrown this match out.
I'm surprised Vampiro even got up.
I'm surprised the Wall, he's still conscious.
He's still alive.
He's choking the life out of Mickey J.
It's not over yet.
He just tossed Mickey J away.
Mikey's getting to his feet.
Good God!
And he's mad.
He got up again.
He's mad as hell, Mike.
The Wall, he's stalking Vampiro. Vampiro can't believe it.
He's still staying with him.
It's a slugfest.
He could have
standing
retreated.
toe to toe. The Wall and Vampiro, both with right hands. Vampiro down to a knee. He keeps on fighting.
Here come the troops.
Finally, security comes in. And the Wall's he's cleaning security out of the ring.
And so is Vampiro. They just want to get at each other. Let him go. Let him go.
Turn them loose. Turn these guys loose. Now referees out as well.
Look at Mike. They're not done with each other yet. They want more of each other.
Like two big freight trains. What a battle this has been between the Wall and Vampiro.
And Vampiro's still standing there.
Nothing's been settled.
Drop him. Drop him. Drop him.